Hi, I'm Jessica Lahr. On this week's show, we'll take a look at the holiday weekend weather and local events, top local photos of the week, and we'll tell you everything happening over the next few days in Waterloo, the birthplace of Memorial Day. But first, the most clicked on local headlines of the week at fingerlakes1.com. A 4-year-old boy is fighting for his life after he was accidentally run over by a lawnmower operated by his father in Lyons this past weekend. Investigators say that Mark Bookmiller did not see his son walk behind him when he shifted the riding mower into reverse. The child was airlifted to Strong Hospital, where he has undergone multiple surgeries and is still listed in critical condition. A GoFundMe page has been created to help the Bookmiller family with medical expenses and has raised over $21,000 so far. You can contribute at gofundme.com/bookmiller-lions. Tragedy on a farm in the town of Rose as a woman tried unsuccessfully to rescue her husband, who was pinned under a skid loader on Sunday morning. On Tuesday, New York State Police investigators said 31-year-old William Lotz was operating a Case Model 1840 skid steer. He got off the machine and went underneath the equipment to remove a bale of hay. Police said the loader suddenly dropped and pinned him. Lotz was pulled out from underneath by his wife. First responders were unable to resuscitate Lotz, who was later pronounced dead. A GoFundMe page has also been created for the Lotz family. The case against a former Victor running store owner accused of secretly recording customers is growing. State police say more than 40 victims have now come forward to accuse 47-year-old Glenn Seymour of using hidden cameras to record them. Police say victims were recorded in the store dressing rooms and other locations. They also say Seymour used portable surveillance devices to monitor the cameras from his home. Seymour was arrested in February and has since been out on bail awaiting trial. The Willard Psychiatric Center in Seneca County closed in 1995 but has opened to the public this weekend for tours as a fundraiser for the Elizabeth Cady Stanton Children's Center. Organizers were expecting a maximum of 240 people for the Saturday tours, but more than 10 times that showed up. The turnout was so overwhelming that the roads were closed to the facility and people were turned away. This was the 7th year of the tour, but word spread on social media, and organizers estimated more than 2,500 people tried to gain admittance. Read more on all these stories and hundreds more from over 40 local sources online at fingerlakes1.com. This weekend marks the unofficial start to summer in the Finger Lakes, and the weather looks to be perfect for your outdoor holiday plans. A cool but sunny and pleasant start to Memorial Day weekend on Friday with high temperatures around 61. It will be cold overnight into Saturday morning with potential for frost. Then on Saturday, more sun with a high of 66. Sunday looks like the best day of the weekend with a high of 77 under mostly sunny skies. On Memorial Day, temperatures will remain in the 70s, but there will be a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the day. For up-to-the-minute weather information, radar images, and local forecast, visit our local weather center at fingerlakes1.com or on the fingerlakes1.com Android or iPhone app. When we come back, we'll share some great local photos from around the Finger Lakes this week, a recap of a fashion show I participated in at Canandaigua Academy, and a complete look at everything going on in Waterloo, the birthplace of Memorial Day. I'll be back in 60 seconds.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At fingerlakes1.com. Come on over to fingerlakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to fingerlakes1.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to fingerlakes1.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Area photographers captured some fantastic spring photos from across the region this week. Here are a few of our favorites posted at our site. This scene in Montour Falls, captured by Lisa Dupre, proves that spring has arrived in Schuyler County. The Newark Reds varsity boys basketball team defeated the Lions 9-1 in their season finale at Colburn Park last Friday night. Here, Newark's Ben Cowles is seen sliding into third base after picking up a triple for the Reds. A great action shot by Jim Miranda. The Phelps Community Center took on the Palmac 9 and 10-year-old girls squad during a tournament in Macedon on Saturday afternoon. Grackles are usually not welcome at feeders, but Lori Dirks loves seeing them around with their gorgeous coloring and exceptional intelligence. She caught this one in Ontario on Sunday afternoon. The wisteria in Romulus seems to be quite content hugging the evergreens, as seen in this picture taken Monday morning by Mary Kay Bell. And finally, Lisa Dupre was out late on Sunday night to capture the downtown Seneca Falls skyline from across the Canal Harbor. You can check out more recent local photos by clicking on the Photos link at the top of our homepage or by tapping the Photos tab on our app. The Struttin' for a Cause fashion show at Canandaigua Academy, benefiting the Breast Health Patient Navigation Program at Thompson Health, took place last Thursday. Designs on the runway were from Canandaigua stores, Country U and Antoinette's Bridal for the ladies, and Dick Anthony for the men. Local students, doctors, teachers, dentists, and more gathered to model the clothing. Local salons came together to donate their time for hair and makeup. Finger Lakes Ballet Academy entertained during the intermission. Constellation Brands matched the amount raised through ticket sales and the silent auction, which brought them to a total of $6,500 donated directly to the Patient Navigation Program. I had a great time participating in the show, and thanks to all who attended to support a great cause. In local theaters this week, Tomorrowland, starring George Clooney, will debut on Friday, along with Poltergeist. Other options for Memorial Day weekend moviegoers include Mad Max, Fury Road, Pitch Perfect 2, and Avengers Age of Ultron. For complete local showtimes for theaters nearest you, click on movies at the top of our homepage or check the fingerlakes1.com Android or iPhone app. Here's a quick rundown of what's happening around the Finger Lakes this weekend. This year's 16th annual Celebrate Commemorate Memorial Day events will get underway on Friday. The weekend will showcase expanded living history events on Oak Island and the American Civil War Memorial on Locust Street. Character portrayals of Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt will be presiding over various events throughout the weekend that include fireworks, the Taste of Seneca County culinary tent, a 5K race, classic car show, parade, craft show, biker rally, and pizza eating contest. For the complete schedule of events, visit waterloonewyork.com. Also happening this weekend, on Friday, Habitat for Humanity of Seneca County will be having a Fish Fry to Go fundraiser at Generations Bank headquarters on Bayard Street. And on Saturday, there will be a chicken barbecue at the Branchport United Methodist Church. On Monday, there will be a Memorial Day march and ceremony at Sampson Veterans Memorial Cemetery beginning at 3 p.m. Check out more details on these events and many more by visiting our community calendar. If you missed it on FingerLakes1.tv this week, Brian Picorni was on the 31st Lap podcast, where he gave an update on the effort to save Super Dirt Week at the New York State Fairgrounds after speaking at a recent meeting.
I think the meeting, the format was a little unfortunate. It was kind of strange. I was asked to speak. I think there were 6 of us that spoke. There were 2 of us, Brian Carter from World Racing Group, myself on the dirt racing side of things, and then there were a couple people from the equestrian side of things, and then someone from the local chamber, and then an RV type person. And we got up and we had a few minutes to speak about our passions, and then they opened it up to the floor. And at that point, the people from the fair and actually the decision makers, they kind of sat in the back of the room, and we had the public speaking to us. And I had people yelling at me because they wanted to renovate the bathrooms with this kind of money. They wanted to put solar panels up, and it was an awkward situation.
Right.
And it was awkward that they and even the mainstream media has kind of spun it where it's the horses versus the horsepower. And, we went into that meeting. We didn't ask for anything. We're just asking to keep the tradition alive. We're not asking to spend millions of dollars on the tracks and put in skyboxes in the grandstands for the fans, where the horse people, they want more.
Right. I mean, that's got to make.
Go ahead.
That's got to make you feel like you've got at least something in your court, because you're saying we're not telling you what to do with the money. We're just saying don't necessarily make major modifications to what we've currently got.
Absolutely, and I think that we're trying to keep dirt racing local. To me, Syracuse is the hub of dirt modified racing in the world, and we want to keep that event in New York State. As we know, there's no venue in New York State that can handle an event of that magnitude.
Right.
Where the horse people, they want to have more horse events. That's great, but they want to steal them from other New York State communities.
Right.
And that's so to me. It's very important that we keep this event and keep the money local in New York State. And
that meeting offered a couple interesting perspectives. That why have we got to destroy one for the other to survive or shut?
Lions senior golf standout Josh Desane was in studio after competing in the Section 5 state qualifying tournament on Monday. During the show, he shared the story of an odd occurrence during his round.
LaPaglia had a 2 today on a par 5, but now he didn't. He had a 3. He had a 3.
No, he had a 3 on a par 5. He had an eagle.
But he didn't putt it, and
no,
he jugged one.
Yeah, he holed it out from probably like 130 yards and just went straight in.
And destroyed the cup. And you had an interesting story about this. You were, what, a couple groups behind him?
I was 2 groups behind him. There was one group that was in front of us.
So what happened when you came up to the hole?
Our entire group hit all of us hit our balls onto the green, and I wasn't too close to the hole, but they let us chip onto the green, and then they moved the cup before we putted through like 3 feet to the right.
That's insane. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's I don't understand that at all.
They couldn't fix it?
I don't even think they tried, to be honest.
Yeah.
They just
so what did they do? Were you the only ball on the green at the time?
No, the other 2 were on it as well.
So how could they move it and keep it fair for everybody?
I have no clue. All 3 of us really weren't close. So, I mean, I guess that's the only way, but it still wasn't right in my eyes.
Was your putt longer or shorter after you hit it? After they moved it?
It would have been closer with the other cup.
Sure. Yeah.
So how far did they move it from the cup?
About 3 feet to the right.
That's where my putts go all the time.
You probably would have made that.
I would have made it. I would have made it.
Yeah, I never heard anything like that.
No.
At least let them finish the hole.
Did you get to see the damage on the cup before they moved it?
I didn't get to see it, but I was talking to the marker that was marking our group, and he said it wasn't like terrible, that we could have finished it.
Right.
No question. We could have finished it.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's a strange story. I've never heard of that. I've heard of them moving the cup mid-round, but not while their players hitting to the hole or on the green.
Right.
They probably had no idea what to do. They're probably just.
If the cup was that bad, yeah. But you say, Josh, that one group did come through and play that hole.
Yep.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, you don't like to have to deal with something like that when you're playing in a round like this.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, this was at Stafford. Top 9 move on to the state tournament on May 31st at Robert Trent Jones Golf Course at Cornell. That's a course that you know well, Rhett.
Great track.
And
they do a great job up there. Matt Vaughn and his staff at RTJ played it quite a few times my last 8 or 9 years. He's a good guy, and he does a good job over there. They do a great job with the state tournament.
And it borders.
Check out all of this week's episodes at fingerlakes1.tv or on the Finger Lakes 1 TV tab on our app. All our audio programming is also streaming in rotation on Finger Lakes 1 Radio. Thanks for joining me for another edition of FLX Weekly. I'll be back next Wednesday afternoon. For FingerLakes1.com, I'm Jessica Lahr. Get out and have a fun, safe Memorial Day weekend.